out when we do this. Oh, we're live.
Who knows what we're going to be talking about?
You got to do your thing, Cheryl, because I can't do it.
Donna and Cheryl / Cheryl and Yvette, keeping it real. Merlot on the nails.
Oh yeah, you fix them. Oh, that's good. Oh, nice. Christmassy.
Not my Christmas ones yet. I've got another appointment next Saturday to get the Christmas nails on.
Oh, brilliant.
Not that they look any different any other time, but so yes.
Are you going to get the ones with like snowmen painted onto them and stuff like that? No.
Okay. No. Whenever I go, Nicola always goes, "Would you like some artwork on?" No.
No, not for me.
Not me. Would you go and get artwork on your nails? You're not that type either, are you?
No, I've got a habit of painting them because I'm quite lucky because mine grow quite nicely, but I've got a habit of painting them one colour different each.
Ah, yes.
When I was a teenager and I lived in South Africa, the only place that you could buy nail varnish was at the little chemist. And I used to save up my little money from all the little jobs I'd done, for people like washing glasses and stuff like that. And every month I'd buy myself a new Revlon brightest colour I could find, and then because I love them all so much, I would just paint each finger a different colour.
Yeah. Oh, well, I've really pushed myself out of the zone and had this finger a different colour once. So
did it make you feel a bit twitchy?
So yeah, I'm just playing. But yes. Oh, hi, Brooke's here. So yes, Soul Squad, i.e. Donna, Yvette and Cheryl today, keeping it real with you.
Whoop, whoop.
Friday. I'm actually thinking I'm going to have some alcohol this evening.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I haven't had a drink since my birthday, so it's time.
Yeah, it's time. So if you're here, say hi. Are you going to be cracking open the alcohol this evening? Tell us what's your tipple, if so. But yeah, we were just chatting when we went live about the theme, I suppose, that we've had this week, where obviously would do your mastermind, Donna and I with clients, and then last night we had a fabulous guest speaker in our
great, wasn't she?
Group, Megan. Yes, she was amazing, and we've had a bit of a theme going this week, haven't we?
Yeah, because happiness by design, isn't it? I love that concept. I love it. I love that term. I feel like I need to tattoo it somewhere because it's just so nice to be able to think, oh yeah, that's totally in my control. I can design my happiness like I design the rest of my life, Yes.
And that was, we were talking about that in the Elite Mastermind, weren't we, this week, about it's about remembering. We forget that we have the power, that it's up to us, that we get to choose, we get to make the decision. And sometimes we forget, don't we, that we have to remember to be happy. We have to remember to generate, to create our own happiness. Sometimes we give the power away, don't we? And we blame or say it's somebody else, or they did this, or I've got no choice, or all of this language we use ourselves, which is disempowering ourselves. Is that a word?
Yeah, disempowering. I think the thing that Megan was saying last night, which really hit home as well, was that percentage. So the science behind it says that you are in control of essentially 50% of your happiness, which is 10% of your environment and then 40% of what you generate. Yeah. And the other 50% is the stuff that's been handed to you from your parents and other places, which was a real eye-opener for me. And I think that just makes you realize how important that 50% that you control is, doesn't it?
It's so
Leslie's having a raspberry gin.
Leslie, I don't know about you, if Yvette likes gin. I'm so boring. I don't have flavoured gin. I just stick with plain gin and then slimline diet tonic. No, slimline tonic. I'm just very boring.
I try all the flavors and then I regret trying all the flavors, but I tend to stick to the ones that I like. So the orange ones are quite nice. I like those.
I'm just down with a good bottle of Gordon's gin, some slimline tonic, and I'm happy as a clam. Yes, it's so interesting. 50% is DNA, lineage, whatever, come from our ancestors, from whatever that life was before. And the other 50% is down to us. And forget, because Megan does this great exercise where she asked us to kind of do, and we've got a life audit that we use, but she did this exercise where you have to break into 5 different pie charts of like your relationships, of your health and different things, didn't she? And got us to like rate where we were with different aspects, and that was interesting. And the theme wasn't it? We forget to generate our own happiness. We forget to.
You forget to plan for it. It's like she was saying, you plan for it as you would plan for anything else in your life. Not to make it sound really boring and too kind of constrained, but actually, when you're setting your goals for the week or the month or whatever, how often do you put something in there that goes, I'm going to go and, I don't know, whatever makes you happy, I'm going to go hug a tree in the park or whatever it is that makes you happy. You don't go, oh, like those are my happiness goals. I just think that for me, I think, I don't know what it was. It was something that was like, oh yeah, well, you do actually have to plan for this. It really clicked in my head. So yeah. And I think what I loved as well is like, it wasn't what Megan was talking about. It's not like big major life like things that you have to do. It's just the things that bring you joy, and silly little things like, I went out and bought myself, they brought out, those little sachets that you can get of like cappuccino in a sachet. They brought out ones with almond milk in them now. So, being the only vegan in the village type thing. That's fantastic. So it means that I can have one of these frothy little cappuccinos and it makes me happy. So
I'm with you because I don't drink dairy milk. So like one of my complaints, I mean, you can go on a train and get soya milk as a replacement, but I just can't grasp the concept. I'm going off on a tangent now on a rant. How hotels in different places haven't got the concept of having different options of dairy-free milk in a sachet. You can have a coffee. Don't understand it. Anyway, but yes, those things. And what she also talked about is, and we'll actually tag Megan's Happy by Me in this post because we're talking about what we talked about. But the other thing was just like 3 good things, wasn't it? So rather than saying what I'm grateful for, it's like, what are 3 good things to either start your day or end your day or both? It's just recognizing what is good in your life so that you get into the right vibration and you feel happy. So that was a good exercise that you did with us as well.
Yeah, and I think I remember years and years ago, my mum used to be such a big Oprah fan. When we lived back in South Africa, we didn't get any British TV over there really because we were under sanctions for so many years. So all of our TV was American. But it was great because my mum loved Oprah. So, I would sit there as a little girl and watch Oprah with her. And that was one of Oprah's things, and it just popped into my head. And I remember when I was going like back in 2010, 2011, when I was going through my divorce, I was like, right, I'm going to find 3 things every day that you make me happy, like that, or that I'm grateful for, or whatever it was. I was like, if I can do that in this absolute state of chaos, then anything's possible. And I mean, it could even be stupid little things like there was ample parking spaces at Tesco tonight,
I love it. So for those of you who are watching, what is it that you do? How do you remember to be happy? Because like we said, we learned from positive psychology view, 50% is our lineage, our DNA. It's already with us when we come into this life experience in this life form. And the other 50% is what we can generate. So how do you generate your happiness? Share with us now. Like, how do you get into the vibration of consciously choosing to be happy? It's a choice.
Yeah. What do you do, Cheryl? Is
milk? I can't get away from the other milk other than cow's milk. I just crave it.
I love how we've got like gin, milk, happiness.
What do I do? Well, I was just saying this last night, wasn't it? I think that I have a high level of happiness anyway, the 50%, the DNA. So my default is to be positive and happy and upbeat. So I do consciously work on it every day, though. It's choice. I get that, and I've known that for many years, way before we do what this is like. It is a choice. It is within. So I think because I'm generally upbeat and happy, because I've been working to create happiness, joy inside me for many years, it's part of my subconscious now. Like I don't have to consciously think about it every day. It's planted in my subconscious that's at an identity level.
Yeah, that's lovely though, isn't it? When you get to that point.
I'm a happy, upbeat, cheery person. So when I don't feel like that, it's by exception.
Yeah.
And when I'm not like that, I notice it because it's not how I normally am. So then I'll notice it and then I'll do something to get myself back quite quickly.
It doesn't feel right, does it? It makes you feel all a bit at odds with yourself, because I feel the same. I'm pretty much, that's my normal state. So if I'm not like that, it feels like I get that feeling like, you know, when you've gone out and left the iron on or left the door unlocked or something's not right inside you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes. So it's less, I do have to consciously work on it, but not as much because it's now in my subconscious. It's at an identity level of who I believe I am, my beliefs. I just know that I am optimistic and happy. So it's I have to less work on it, if that makes sense. I'm speaking backwards. What's Sarah saying?
Smiling to lift my spirits, looking up, particularly when outside. Oh, that's a good shout. Reminding myself of all the love and light in my life. That's lovely. That's
really good, Sarah. And what I learned was one of the things I learned when I was studying NLP is when we look down, we're connecting to our emotions. So when you feel your eyes looking down to the left or right, you're connecting to like a tape loop. Maybe it's like reiterating negative things. Okay. And you're connecting to your feelings. So when you're feeling low and you feel yourself looking down, you're tuning into those negative feelings. So look up. When you look up, you're more visual. It just takes the attention away from tuning into your feelings.
So stuff that's already pre-programmed, it's almost
notice it, and look up. It's a really good example. Amazing. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah, tell us how I'm pronouncing it wrong. I
struggle to remember things. I set reminders on my phone. I've had it's hard to remember things. I tend to only remember. It's good that
I'm reframing there.
Yeah.
Get that. Oh, can you put it back on the screen, Javette? Let's get. Okay. So, Leslie, right? Let's start with the first sentence. I struggle to remember things. Okay. So you set reminders on your phone. Good. You take an action. So let's reframe. I struggle to remember things. We want to focus on what we do want, not on what we don't. So we change the language to I remember, I have a great memory, like whatever it is you want to tell yourself, because what you say to yourself, you form beliefs. So now you've got a belief about struggling to remember things, so you will struggle to remember things. So we've got to reframe that to I have an amazing
remember things easily.
Remember things easily. Love that. I remember things easily. Then you form the belief that you remember things easily and it becomes easier. And in terms of I had a shit life, it's so hard to remember things. I remember the bad shit. So it's good that you're conscious of it. So now you can do some reframes of focusing on what you do want to have happen. So we don't want any more shit life, hard things to come in, the bad shit. So we have to distract our attention away from that and start to focus on what is it that you want now and in the future. And when we focus on what we do want, we command that in. When we focus on what we don't want, we get more of it. What we resist persists. So this is time to now notice, acknowledge that that's how it has been in the past. Now we have to start focusing on what do we want to have happen so that our attention moves now and forward. So we command that in, Leslie. Agree, Yvette?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say as well, it's something. Well, years ago, do you remember the old book that came out in 2006, The Secret, that kind of started the whole law of attraction movement, really? The lady who wrote it, Rhonda Byrne, so she's written quite a few other books, but she's never really been interviewed. She got interviewed like once by Oprah and what have you, but she was all about like, she didn't want the fame and what have you. She just wanted like the teachings to get out there. Well, she's just had a big sort of interview with Lewis Howell. He's the guy that does the
Yeah.
Whatever his university is called, I can't remember. Yeah. And she's brought out a new book recently, it's called The Greatest Secret. And it's reminding us of it's like a little bit more in depth than The Secret was the first time around, because I think that was pitched at a perfect level for people that were just kind of opening their eyes to that sort of concept. And exactly what you were saying about the reframing and the language that we use all the time and how it's attracting things.
Yes. Oh, yes, Leslie, thanks for sharing that with us. So you've got brain damage due to an accident that you had. So yes, thank you for sharing that with us. So that's then leading to the memory and remembering. So it is great that you are setting things to make that better, but it's again still about focusing on your language. Your language can create your reality, and your language starts in here with your thought patterns, what you say to yourself. So when we start to just change some of that and tune into it, then we feel differently, then we're bringing a different energy, so then we attract more of what we do want in there. So that's amazing, but that's good. So she's brought out something different, a new book. Then we'll have to check that one out. Because I've seen Secrets on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh no, I haven't. The old film, the new one.
The new one. She was married to, what's her name? Kate Holmes. She was married to
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. She's their star. If I was in the right mood, I want to watch it properly. So there's like a film on Netflix for everybody called The Secret. They've made a proper film out of it. So I'm going to have to check that out at some point.
Oh, amazing. I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
So yes, so check that out. But yes, we'll copy Megan in when we promote this, and then we'll get Megan's Happy by Me and drop it in the comments as well, and then you can check out her Instagram page, all around more positive psychology information, because obviously we do our stuff, our mindset stuff, don't we, but not from a positive psychology point of view. So that was really interesting to get her a different perspective on it, wasn't it? Like the research that sits behind it.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing for me as well. It's like she was saying, there's been so much research done on the so if you have a scale and zeros in the middle, minus 10s on the left and 10s on the right, there's so much research into that. And if you think of the minus 10 bit as mental what did she call it, like mental ill health, and there's been so much that's gone into that side of things, but then the research into the positive psychology side of things is only like 15-20 years old. So which I mean, if I'd known there was a degree in positive psychology when I was leaving school, I'd be like, sign me up, that's my bag.
Exactly. And then the other thing we just want to mention before we get, what was that name again? Oh, Leslie's just asking, Rhonda Byrne, isn't it?
Rhonda Byrne, Bryne. And the first book is called The Secret. And then she's written a few other little ones, but the latest one that's out is called The Greatest Secret.
I'm just getting the Happy by Me link as well. So the other thing, I'm not going to stop talking about this until the Ignite Your Bootcamp starts. Literally, when we're talking about taking your power back, remembering, making decisions, consciously bringing happiness into your life, one thing that creates happiness, and Megan was talking about this, is about finding your purpose, doing what you love every day so that you feel like you are in flow, connected, feeling joy. It doesn't feel like work. You're in your zone of genius. She was talking about that as well, like just doing what you love. And it is possible. We're doing it. Yvette's doing it. Donna and I are doing it. So we have created this 3-week boot camp for you in January, and with some different tools and techniques so that you can find out what it is you really want to do in life, and then take inspired action to be able to make that reality like we have. Yvette's done it. We've done it. We want to share this with you. So if you haven't looked at it, look at this link. Get yourself a space, pass it on to anyone who you feel is out of alignment, who isn't happy, who isn't doing what makes their soul sizzle, because we'd love to see them. We're very excited for this boot camp. It's the first time we've done it in a purpose boot camp.
I'm so excited for this. This is like a boot camp of the journey that all of us girls that are in the Real You have been on, really. You know, and it is that, you know, that you start out with like that whisper, like, is this all there is? Or, you know, whatever the words are, like, oh, I've got a great career and you know, I've got good money and everything, but you know, there's always that kind of waking up on a Monday morning thinking, oh, here we go again, and whatever it is. Meeting fatigue, you know, all of that type of stuff. And you know, even though there are tough days when you obviously run your own business, to wake up in the morning and go, oh, what stuff am I going to be doing? Which clients am I going to be seeing today, or whatever it is that you decide to do? It's so fab, so fab.
And you're the same with your clients, but we just love, like, we work with you. We just love the women that we work with and men. It's just amazing, honestly. So once you connect with what you want to be doing in life and you're truly happy, it just makes such a difference. So
nothing feels like work.
No, doesn't feel like work. It's just loving life. I've shared the bootcamp link for you, and I've also shared Megan's Instagram account. And once we promote this, we'll tag it so everyone else can see and let her know that we've been sharing, talking about our cool stuff. Probably need to get her on I should be on a live, Megan. Need to get her on a live, don't we?
I think so, yeah. Get her like interviewed and that, because her she made, what I loved about the Pos Psych stuff is that she made it really digestible, didn't she? It wasn't like I'm gonna swear, but like brain fuckery.
It's just so easy to understand. I'm gonna write this down. Get her on live. Yeah, definitely. And then she can share everything that some snippets of what we talked about, because it was amazing.
Yeah, it'd be so good, so good. Fabulous. Well, I mean, you guys are pretty powerful people. Why don't you see if you can get Rhonda Byrne on a live?
Well, I mean, yeah, nothing's impossible, is it?
I know.
So yes, so fabulous. Gonna go. I've got to lock the puppy outside so that he didn't bark and make a noise while we're doing this live. So we'll let you know next week when we'll be back. It's last week. We're breaking up to Christmas. Like, you know, we'll have to like work out when we're going to show up, when we're going to be sober. We're having our staff party next Friday. We're having a team meeting, aren't we? Next Friday, where we're a bit squiffy because we're going to have a couple of drinks and just celebrate Christmas before we break up. So there'll be no lives in between Christmas and the New Year. And then we'll look at what we're going to be doing from January next year.
I mean, you forget what the days are, don't you, between Christmas and New Year anyway?
Exactly. So have a lovely Friday, everyone. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy your wine, enjoy your gin. We will see you at some point next week, to be decided. And yes, enjoy the rest of your day, Yvette. I'm sure we'll be
and you too, Joe.
Point this afternoon.
Speak to you later.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.